Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday morning gentle yoga session. So we're going to jump straight in this morning. I don't have too many notes, just one thing to say, which is that the Monday night class that was dynamic is now a second gentle class. So Monday evening at 6, if you fancy that one as well. But lovely. We'll come to lie down on the mat. We'll work through our hip sequence and do have a couple of cushions with you or something padded, so we have the option of doing supported bridge and fish at the end if you want to do them, so do have them with you. Wonderful. Oh, we come to lie down on the mat. Maybe there's a morning stretch. Whoa. And then we make our way to a Shavasana. So this is heels as wide as the mat. Backs of the hands to the floor. Fingers are gently curling in, so nice and relaxed. And if it's not comfortable, if you have any issues around the lower back, you can also have the knees bent with the soles of the feet down. Just give yourself a moment. So you want to get any wriggles out of the way, any creases in your clothing. And we always give ourselves a minute just to arrive here on this mat, in the room that you're practicing. And acknowledging, how do you feel right now? So we won't go through a detailed inquiry, but just whatever calls your awareness. It can be physical, maybe it's a thought pattern, maybe a sense, anything at all. And we can acknowledge it without attaching to it. Wonderful, and this is where we begin. It's our first road marker along this class. And then taking your awareness to the tummy, and we're going to watch that gentle rise and fall. And we'll start straight away to elongate the inhale and the exhale, just by small increments. Warming up the lungs, the diaphragm. And on the exhale, seeing if you can release your body a little more fully into the mat. So we come to lie down and often we think, oh, well, I am relaxed. But tension or holding on hides in unusual places. So for me, particularly between the shoulder blades and around the face, the hands, the feet. And the exhale is the time to release it, the natural softening of the body. Even this act is very potent. We carry so much tension around in the body. You can think of it as tension or holding on. So used to doing, so to ask it to do nothing and actually to do less can take some time to learn and to recognize. And even if this is all we did today, what a gift for the body to be given permission to release, to let go. But we won't. We'll do some asana and come deeper into posture. So I saw some new faces. Just to let you know that my instructions are simply directions and your body is the teacher. So listening to your body, if anything I ask you to do doesn't feel right or you have any pain, then move away from it. Never pushing into pain, never testing pain out. And we begin. So keeping the arms to the mat, we're going to inhale, raising the right knee up to the chest. And then we move with our breath. So we exhale to extend and lower the leg. Inhale, the knee falls open. We draw the foot up. And then extend as we exhale and lower. Inhale, drawing the knee up. So coming into this hip, this groin. And as you extend the leg to the sky, really press that heel away and flex the toes down towards you. So that gives you strength throughout the leg. It doesn't become heavy. Excuse me. If you've been working with the Ujjayi breath, I use it for all of my practices. If you don't know what the Ujjayi is, really don't worry. We'll come to that in another session. And one more full breath, full circle. And the next time the knee comes towards the chest, hands around the top of the shin, and then we'll make smaller circles. So using the hands to guide the knee, maybe one or both. And by drawing the thigh in towards the lower belly, you can actually massage the digestive system. Then we'll reverse that circle. Wonderful. And then coming to stillness, so knee, we're going to pull down on the knee as we exhale. So we pause as we inhale. And as we exhale, apply a little more pressure, drawing the thigh into the body. So this can feel really strong around your hip flexor. So being mindful as you move. Another couple of breaths here. Wonderful. One more inhale. We'll release that left arm. And as we exhale, dropping the knee to the right side. So coming into a groin opener. Again, can be a really strong sensation, maybe a bit twangy. And long, slow breath. So this is a tricky muscle to let go. May not feel like it, what's the word? May not feel like it relaxes or relents. So just breathing wherever you are. One more in and out. And then inhaling back to center, we switch the hands. So right arm is on the mat. And on the exhale, guide the knee across the body to the left. So we're aiming for these glutes and piriformis on the right side. And your knee may only move half an inch. But if appropriate for you, if you want to deepen, you can come more into the twist and let this right buttock lift, but keep your gaze straight to the ceiling. And as we began our session in Shavasana, releasing on the exhale, we're doing the same here. Seeing if you can draw that knee just a touch further across. One more, in and out, wringing out those organs if you have lifted the buttock. And we'll inhale back to center. On the exhale, squeeze the thigh in once more. And then you require your strap or your scarf, so not a stretchy scarf if you're using one. And now we're going to come, into our hamstring. So left leg can be straight along the mat or bent. If it's bent, it's going to lighten the stretch. Right leg is bent deeply, and as we exhale, we find extension. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend, and moving with your breath. And we're not racing through the movement. We're arriving at the end of the breath. So the leg never becomes still. It's always moving here. And you're welcome to stay with that motion. It's a nice way to open the hamstrings. Otherwise, on the next extension, we're going to draw the foot towards us, flex the toes down, grab hold of the entire leg, press the heel away. And with each exhale, so that natural softening of the body, see if you can draw the foot a little more towards you. One more breath in and out here. Wonderful. And then releasing the pressure on the leg. So the leg wants to be 90 degrees with the floor now, so we're not dragging it towards us. We're going to have a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to drop the foot to the right side. So sometimes we don't do this stretch. So this is a deeper groin opener. Keep that right foot flexed and breathing deeply. Just one more in and out here. And then we inhale, the leg comes back to center. And on the exhale, guide the foot across the body to the left. And now keep your right buttock on the mat. We really want to isolate these muscles, and it can be a really strong sensation. And you may feel it up the length of the leg and into the lower back. But so long as it's not an electric sensation or anything sharp or tingling, then you're okay. And as before, with the exhale, that's your opportunity to see if you can bring the foot a little more across the body. Pause to inhale and exhale space. Two more. Lovely. Inhaling back up to center with the leg. Release the strap now. Keep the same intention of the foot so the heel is reaching to the sky. Toes are drawing down. And we're just going to suspend the leg there for a few breaths. So working on strength. And we want to keep this action of the foot as we float the leg down. So we float down on the exhale, trying to arrive at the end of the out breath. Heel reaching the whole way down. And then when the leg arrives, we let both feet fall open, relax the groins. And then we scan right and left. So checking in for the density, the weight of the legs. And the right should feel more open and lighter. The right buttock should feel more spread on the mat. And it never ceases to surprise me and amaze me how such simple asana can create such space in the body. And to the other side. So arms stay to the mat. Inhale, left knee up to the chest, and exhale, extend the leg and lower. Inhale, drawing the knee up. Exhale, extend and lower. So even though we do these quite repetitious sequences in yoga, we have to try and meet it like it's the first time, because we've never practiced in this body at this moment, and it's super dependent on how much water we've had, how much stress we have in our life, the quality of our rest, how much caffeine, the food we've put into us. So what may be possible in the body one day may not the next. And we'll have one more full breath, full circle. And, excuse me, the next time the knee comes into the chest, hands around the top of the shin, and we make small circles of that knee. And if you draw it in towards the lower belly, you can massage the last bit of the digestive system and reverse those circles. Wonderful. Wonderful. And then settling to stillness. And we move with the exhale. So as we exhale, we're drawing the thigh into the torso. Pause for the inhale. Exhale, drawing it down. Pause to inhale twice more. Last one. Wonderful. Release your right arm using just the left hand. We'll drop the knee open to the left side, so coming into the groin. And again, be mindful as you move. Inhale back to center. We switch the hand, and as we exhale, guide the knee across the body to the right this time, keeping the buttock down to begin. So really isolating the glutes and the piriformis. Riding the exhale, and if it's appropriate in your body this morning, you can let the twist deepen slightly, let the buttock lift, but keep your gaze to the ceiling. And just be aware you may have moved past the stretch, away from the stretch. So if that's happened and the sensation has lessened, come back a bit. So we're looking for more space. Lovely. Inhaling back onto your back. Give the knee a squeeze as you exhale. And then it's straps. So the strap nearer to the heel, or actually on the heel of your left foot. Right leg is bent or straight. We take a breath in, left leg bent deeply. And as we exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And flowing with your breath, timing breath and movement. And you're welcome to keep that motion going. Or if you're ready for it, when we find extension, press the heel up, toes flex down, and with each subsequent exhale, drawing the foot towards you. Pausing for the inhale. Exhale, drawing the foot. One more breath in and out here. And then on the next inhale, releasing the pressure on the legs so we're not pulling on it. We take a breath in, and then first we're going to come into the groin opener, so dropping the foot to the left side. Lots of breath here. And then we'll inhale to center. And on the exhale, guide the foot across the body the other direction, so to the right, keeping the left buttock down this time. And we're flexing that foot strongly. So these muscles all around the lower back, the buttocks, they can give us some jip if we've been driving or sitting a lot, and sometimes when we sleep awkwardly. So this is a great routine for easing us out. Obviously not if you have an injury like a slipped disc. One more breath in and out here, riding the exhale. And then we inhale to center, release the strap, placing that to one side. Now we're done with that. But keep your left leg extended, heels reaching to the sky, toes drawing down. Lovely, strong legs. So one more inhale, and we're going to reach that heel away, all the way back to the mat. And when it arrives, we release both groins, let the feet flop open, and then scan right and left. Just check if we roughly evened out, buttocks evenly spread. And we'll continue. Inhale, draw the knees, both knees this time up to the chest, and we'll have hands around the top of the shin. Keep the lower back and the sacrum on the mat. And we'll simply rock the pelvis side to side. You can take an early happy baby if you wish. Lovely. So we're going to take just one more here before our rolling up and down the spine. So placing the soles of the feet together and letting the knees fall open. So another groin opener. So this may be too strong around the groin, so you can take your fists and place them underneath the hip bone that sticks out the side of the bum. You can actually support the legs here and take some of the pressure out. Or if you're not using support, you can gently pulse the knees. Lovely. So we'll draw the knees back together. You can give them an assist with the hands, and then bringing the heels into the buttocks. So I'll roll up and down the spine. As we inhale, we press the floor away, calming up one vertebra at a time. And as we exhale, we roll back down. Inhale up, exhale down with your own breath, and being quite precise about peeling the spine from the mat. Be mindful of any restriction you feel. We're still just warming up the spine, getting things moving. Maybe you find a bit more height with each inhale. Twice more, all the way up, all the way down. And after the second one, making sure that the pelvis is neutral. So there should be an arch in the lower back, or at least the feeling of an arch. So maybe rolling the pubic bone away from you just a touch. And then we're going to knock the knees left and right, maybe some clicks in the spine. Wonderful. And the next time to the right, rolling over and making our way up to our tabletop posture. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and our cow and cats. Excuse me. As we inhale, we drop the belly, drop the chest, looking forward just a few inches. And as we exhale, rounding up into the spine and flowing again with your breath, your body. And the head can come up a little more with each repetition as the spine warms. And then just a reminder, the creases of the elbows, the eyes of the elbows want to be looking directly across the mat at each other. They're going to want to spin and swing forwards. So using the upper arm to control them. And we'll take one more of each, all the way up, all the way down. Lovely, and calming back to neutral. So we have our arm and leg raises. We broke it down on Monday evening to just do the arms, but you're welcome to take just the legs now. If you wish, I'll instruct the legs. So we're going to inhale, left leg extends out beyond us. Heel is in line with the bum, so we're not reaching away. So one line, heel to the crown of the head. And if you wish, it's right arm, so opposite arm to leg. If you're just doing the leg, press that heel away as you inhale. It grows your spine. And check the eyes of the elbows still looking at each other. And lovely long slow breath. One more inhale, really press the heel away. And exhale, knee floating down. Coming to the other side. Inhale, right leg reaches long. Checking the heel isn't flying up, arching the back. And then if you're adding the arm, it's left arm. Palm is facing the midline of the body. And it's one line all the way, fingertips to heel. So we're flexing that right foot, that raised foot, really strongly. It stops the leg feeling so heavy because we're working at finding length. One more breath in. And exhale, knee floating down. We take another cow and cat. Inhale, drop the belly, drop the chest. And exhale, rounding the spine. Excuse me. Coming back neutral, we take our twists, pressing into the left palm. Inhale, the right arm reaches open. And exhale, threading under the body, but we don't land on the shoulder. We inhale, uncurl. Exhale, reach under the body. Inhale, uncurl. Exhale, under the body. Last one, inhale, uncurl. And this time we will thread the needle back of the arm along the floor, shoulder down. And then with each subsequent exhale, rolling the chest open. If you can't keep the shoulder and head and the knee on the floor, you straighten the left leg like a bicycle stand, and it will open your pelvis. And obviously you can take the balances here, whatever your body's ready for. One more breath in and out here. And we'll inhale, uncurl, sweeping the right arm back to the sky and placing it down. Left side, inhale, left arm sweeps open. Exhale, reach under the body. Inhale, uncurl. Exhale, under the body. Inhale, uncurl. Exhale, under. Last one to uncurl. And now we'll thread the needle. Left shoulder finds the mat. Head is down. And this side you release the right leg if you need a bit more space. And if you're coming for the balance, taking it in your own time. Otherwise, we're trying to roll the right shoulder back to show our heart to the ceiling. One more breath in and out. And then we'll inhale, uncurl, left arm sweeping up and place it down. We take one last cow and cat. Inhale, drop the belly, drop the chest. Lovely stretch. And exhale, rounding the spine. Coming back neutral. We're going to lean into the palms, tuck the toes, and firstly simply sit the hips back towards the heels, so stretching the Achilles, the soles of the feet. Lovely long slow breath. And you're welcome to stay here. If you'd like to come to downward dog, we take a breath in, and as we exhale, we send the hips high. And we walk through our dog. But curating your own practice, so if you want to stay with the Achilles, perfectly fine. And then in our dog, we're bending one knee then the other, swaying the hips, any movement that works for you. Wonderful. And then we're going to settle into stillness. So finding your downward dog, knees can be bent deeply here. And we're going to have 5 breaths this morning. So finding the stillness in the posture. And we do that by being with the breath. So the mind may be struggling, the body may feel heavy, but the breath, that is your key to carry you through this practice. So this is actually a posture of rest. We use it in dynamic sessions to recover. It doesn't always feel like that when we're beginning, but over time it is home base. So we'll have one more breath in. And as we exhale, lowering down to the knees. So this is our deconstructed sun salutation. Bring your left foot forward into a lunge, and we want a nice long lunge. Any pain in the back knee, cushion under the shin. So it takes the shin up and the knee off the floor. And then we're breathing here. So there's action of the pelvis. This left hip, this bent leg, draws back, and the right hip draws forward. So there's that rotation of the pelvis, squaring your right hip. And then we're softening the pubic bone with each exhale towards this left heel. So no posture ever static. There's always a direction of travel. And you're welcome to stay here this morning, but I'm going to bring us up. So left hand to your left knee, right hand to the right hip. And inhale, the torso rises up. But the action of the hips is still the same. So if you've pushed yourself back, coming forward, so left knee stays above that ankle. So a deep opener for the right hip flexor, and then it's shoulders back, heart lifted, and chin is dropped, so we're not looking up. So neck feels long. And then we have the action of the breath. So the inhale is the lift, and the exhale, riding that down wave, opening the body. Two more breaths here. Wonderful. We have one more inhale to let the heart lift. So gentle lift at the front of the body. And then exhale. Hands to the mat. Step back with your left leg. So you can keep the knees to the mat. Knees together, feet together. Or you can take the high plank. If you're in the high plank, reaching heels to the crown of the head. And we exhale to lower down through Chaturanga all the way to the tummy. Untuck the toes and inhale, drawing the heart through. So your back bend here, it's either baby cobra, cobra. We won't be doing the dog. Shoulders are back, elbows are back, and draw the heart through to find your back bend. I like a wriggle this time of the day, side to side. And the chin is dropped, so we're not looking forward, not crunching the neck. Neck stays long. One more breath in. And exhaling. Lowering down, we press back to our tabletop and then bring the right foot forward. So if you used a cushion on the other side, you must repeat on this side so we create balance. Right knee is above the right ankle. And then that action we did on the other side, let me move my hands so you can see. So the right hip, the front hip is drawing back, left hip is drawing forward. So square your pelvis. And then with each exhale, we're softening the pubic bone towards this right heel. And you're welcome to stay here. Otherwise, if you're coming, just notice how you come up. So right hand is on the right knee, left hand is on the left hip. And then we simply keep the legs the same, but the torso lifts. So often is the tendency to push back, but we want to stay forwards on the pelvis. Keep the belly drawing up, and then we're breathing here. Shoulders back, elbows in. The action of the inhale is to lift, and exhale, softening down. So we're never just hanging out in our postures, always looking for a little more space. One more breath in and out here. And then we have an extra inhale to lift the heart. So it's a very gentle lift, maybe gazing up. And exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back for the high plank. You can have the knees down if you wish. And as we exhale, elbows brush the body to chaturanga all the way to the tummy, untuck the toes. Inhale, the heart draws along the floor. 2 hour back bend. One more breath in. And exhale, lowering down, pressing back to tabletop. And we're going to continue to stand it up into downward dog. We'll just walk the dog out for one breath. And at the end of the exhale, wandering up to the top of the mat, into our forward fold, so ragdoll. Knees can be bent deeply. And we sway the hips. You can also hold opposite elbows and then straighten one leg, then the other while swaying. Continuing to ease into the body. And it's all about the breath. It really is just one long breathing exercise. Wonderful. So we've been working on our flat backs. So we're going to take a series of flat backs now, and then we're adding a new posture this morning, which is awkward pose or chair pose, very aptly named. So choosing your variation for the flat back, either hands to shins. I demonstrated hands to thighs last time, so I'll do hands to shins, or fingertips to the mat. If you have your hands to your shins, as you inhale, bend the knees, lift the heart through. So we want this lovely straight spine, and you are looking down just in front of you, not straight forward. And exhale, bend. Sorry, that was a long inhale. Inhale, bend the knees, heart lifts through. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, shoulders back, heart through. And exhale, fold. And this time we're going to inhale, bend the knees, finding the flat back. And we're going to stay at the top for 2 breaths. Just one more inhale. And exhaling, forward fold. Wonderful. Just shake out the legs, give them a wiggle. So coming to our awkward posture. Awkward pose is actually a more appropriate name than chair, I feel. So we're going to come in the same way we just came for our flat back. We're going to, all of us, bend our knees. And as we inhale, reaching up beside the head with the arms. So as though we're sitting on a chair, back is nice and straight. If this is too strong around the shoulders, you can also have the hands to prayer heart center, shoulders are drawing back. And then we're going to breathe here. So we're going to have 5 breaths. With each exhale, sitting the hips down lower. So if you're noticing that you're hinging forward, sticking the bum out, then round the lower back just a touch. So we want length here in this lower portion. Arms are beside the ears, palms facing one another. Keep your breath, lovely, long, slow yogic breaths. And squeeze down. 2 more. So it's one of those postures that really builds the more we stay. One more, inhale. And exhaling, forward fold, shake out your legs, give them a wriggle. And now separating the feet hip width or slightly wider, we're going to take the rolls up and down the spine that we did. So bending the knees. As we inhale, we roll up a few inches and we pause for the exhale. So no moving. Inhale, rolling up. And pause to exhale. See that natural downflow, the spine opens. Inhale, rolling up. Pause for the exhale. Inhale, roll up. And we come down in reverse. So we roll down as we exhale, pause for the inhale. So exhale, chin to chest, bend the knees, rolling down, and we pause, inhale. Exhale, rolling down. Pause, inhale. Exhale down. Pause for the inhale, last one. All the way down to the floor. Wonderful. If you are able to bend and straighten opposite legs, just give the pelvis a bit of a wiggle. Wonderful. So we're going to take another flat back here. So if you want the traditional version, bringing the big toes to touch, heels open an inch, either taking hands to shins or thighs. We're going to inhale, the heart reaches through, and we're going to have 5 breaths here. So you'll notice we're working a lot on the strength of the spine. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, there's a natural softening. 2 more. One more. And on the exhale, bending the knees, rounding the spine, and wandering the feet back to the high plank. Holding the high plank. So we're going to introduce our side plank here. So looking beneath you, right hand comes to the middle of the mat, right knee comes down, and left arm reaches up. So this is the first version. If you know advancements, then please take them. And then if you have capacity and the balance, looking up to the left palm. And this lower side waist, you'll see I'm lying as if I'm in a curve. We're lifting that lower side waist as if we're lying over a barrel or a ball. One more breath in. And exhale, left hand comes down, find the high plank. And then it's left hand to the center of the mat. Left knee down, and right arm peels up. Breathing deeply, and if you can, looking up to the right hand. It's a little disorienting, and you may lose your balance. And then lower sideways lift. So that's where the strength in this posture comes from. The underside. One more breath in. And as we exhale, hand comes down, finding the high plank. Take a breath. Exhale all the way to your tummy. And we take our Sphinx posture. So now, a lovely stretch for the front edge of the spine. Elbows are into the body, forearms parallel to the edge of the mat that is, and palms are down. And then from here, so we want everything below the buttocks to be relaxed. So the bum, the legs, nicely relaxed. Now we draw the shoulders back, heart reaches through, so it looks like not much is happening here. There's a lot of intention around the chest. Shoulders drawing down towards the buttocks, make sure the buttocks remain relaxed. And heart comes through, and neck is long, so we're not looking forward, not crunching the neck. Neck nice and long. One more breath in. And exhale, lowering the chest. Hands come back by the sides of the chest and pressing back. So we have an optional child's posture here. So knees are as wide as the mat, big toes touch, and we're sitting the hips back. So this might not be available to everyone. My buttocks don't reach my heels, and I don't foresee they ever will. It's just my body structure, but you may be sitting on the heels. And we breathe here. So there's another version of this where you do it with the knees together, feet together, but that's also not for my body. Wonderful. Next inhale, floating up to tabletop, and we're going to spin over to sit in our straddle posture. So straddle is with legs nice and wide. You may want to sit on the edge of a blanket or at the edge of a cushion. And then fingertips beside us. So we did a lot of work this morning, so getting the groins ready and for the spine. So firstly, let's sit up tall. You can't really see because I'm wearing all black, but the spine should be straight. I could be slumping here. And breathing, and we want to feel the sit bones into the mat. So if you can't feel the sit bones, maybe bend the knees slightly, and you can actually support the knees with cushions. So we want the extension of the spine here is the most important thing, and that will depend on length of hamstrings and groins, things like that. And you'll see my feet are still working. I'm drawing the toes back. One more breath in. And on the exhale, we're just going to dive forward with the torso. Let the head round. So you may end up just sat up straight with the head nodding forward. Now, as the torso fills with air, it's going to lift. And as it exhales, follow gravity down. And you may also be lying down all the way forward, head down. Just depends on your body. So inhale, the body lifts, and exhale, forward fold. And really do let the head go. So if you're looking forward at the floor by your hands or in front of you, let the head go. That's really the most important thing here. And we're going to have 8 more breaths, and 8 of my breaths, long and slow. Just a reminder, let the head go. That's 2. See how long it can take sometimes to find the release. Often we whiz through our yoga practice, and nice to slow down. One more breath in and out here. Lovely. Walking your hands back towards you, coming to sit upright, bringing the legs back together and giving them a shake. Lovely. So I'm gonna move my bum forward so that I can lean back into my palms. Feet are as wide as you can take them, and we just simply knock the knees left and right. So beautiful. I love this. Very simple, but the hip is moving so deeply in the socket. Lovely. So we're going to come to lie down on the mat, and this is where you're going to need 1 or 2 cushions. So we've been working with the supported bridge. Firstly, so just have your cushions nearby, hug your knees in, and we are going to take a happy baby now. So either grabbing the ankles or the index and middle finger and the big toes, but you'll see, keep the sacrum pressing into the mat. If to grab the toes, your lower back is rolling away, hold the ankles or the shins, and then we roll from there. Lovely. So now we bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Heels are close into the buttocks. So this is the same entry as we did with our rolling up and down the spine at the beginning. As we inhale, we press the floor away, come up one vertebrae at a time, and then place the cushion underneath the bum. So I like to be nice and high, so I use 2 cushions here, and then rest the pelvis down onto the cushion. So this is a restorative bridge. Now, if your lower back is in any discomfort, or the pubic bone you see here, I'm letting my pubic bone roll away. We actually want to draw the front of the body up towards us. So pubic bone moving towards navel, moving towards heart. So shortening the length of the front side of the body. So even though this is restorative and supported, there is still an action in the body, and this is to help protect the lower back. You can also raise the arms above the head so that they're lying on the mat above you, and you'll see just lightens the posture, not so much tension around the chest. This is version 1. If you can do all of this, so pulling the pubic bone up, and it's comfortable, you can straighten out one leg, then the other. So this turns it into a psoas stretch. So this lovely hip flexor at the front. But again, you're drawing the pubic bone towards the heart. You have to use the tummy muscles more here because you don't have the legs. And there should be no crunching in the spine. If there is crunching in the spine or it feels stuck or pressure, bending the legs once more. And we breathe here. There are whole practices dedicated to this psoas. Very important muscle. It's sort of the apex between the torso and the legs. Wonderful. So if you know fish doesn't work for you, so that's the deep heart opener, I would encourage you to stay here. There's plenty going on. It's a lovely posture. However, if you'd like to come to take fish, we press the floor away, lift the pelvis, remove the cushions, and then roll down through the spine. You can hug the knees up and draw forehead to knees just to counteract that action in the lower back. Just going to grab this block. So then our supported fish, you can do this either with a cushion or with a block. I prefer a block. It's a little bit higher. So rolling to your left, place the cushion under your upper back. So it wants to be between the shoulder blades. And then resting the head down. So if you come to do this posture and it's too strong around the neck, place a cushion under the head so you're still getting the action for the chest and the heart, but without straining your neck. And if you're comfortably there, so feet are together, legs are together. There's energy down through the balls of the feet, but the toes draw back. And then backs of the hands to the floor, fingers are curling in. And then we breathe gently into the chest. So using this posture to slightly broaden the space between each rib. Remember, we're not forcing in. We want to leave this class feeling light and fresh. Imagine if we could do the comparison we do between right and left leg at the beginning of class, between this body and the body we started with, how light and open this would feel. Three more breaths, wherever you are, whether you're in bridge or fish. So if you're in the bridge, lifting up, remove the support. If you're in the fish with me, bend your left knee so sole of the foot is down and use that to roll you off your cushion. off of your block, whatever you're on. And then we're going to roll to our right sides and make our way up to seated. So this is a bit of a clunky transition, but often after fish, we would do inversion and then plow. So we're going to sit nice and tall. So we're doing staff posture instead. Nice and tall here, and on the next exhale, gently rounding the torso, let the head fall, so countering those back bends. I mean, if you are comfortable taking yourself through an inversion and plow like shoulder stand, then obviously you're welcome to do that. This is the safest version for Zoom. One more breath in and out. Really let that head go. And inhale, walk the hands up, rolling up. Excuse me. Now keeping the legs extended, pressing the heel away, reaching the hands towards the feet. We're simply going to use the tummy to roll down to the mat. Wonderful. And then separate the feet. Arms away from the body. Fingers are gently curling in. Backs of the hands to the floor. Finding Shavasana, so wriggling out any creases in your clothes. And I'm going to talk you through how to set up how to lengthen your spine in your Shavasana. So the first thing we do is we press into the heels to lift the pelvis off the mat. Round the bum away from you, so pull the pubic bone up and then place the buttocks down. You should have gained an extra centimeter in the lower back. Then we roll the shoulders under the body, so walk the shoulder blades down the rib cage. Then lift the head, tuck the chin to the chest, place the head back down. And then lastly, lift the heels by flexing the feet and then place the heels down. So we've basically put ourselves on a rack, straightened out the spine, lengthen the body, and then we get to release everything, relaxing the breath, let go of any idea of doing yoga. And we'll just have a quick body scan, making sure there's no tension lingering. Checking the hands and feet, ankles, the knees, the groins, especially around the buttocks, the tummy, chest, and between the shoulder blades, the front of the neck, those two tendons, the jaw, the chin, under the eyes, the eyelids, between the eyebrows, the forehead, and finally the scalp. And one more, and the tongue. And then we let it go. And if you have the time and you feel called to, I encourage you to stay here in Shavasana. This is the integration, and if you fall asleep, let yourself fall asleep. Otherwise, we're going to elongate our next inhale and wriggle the fingers and toes. Taking a full body stretch. Hugging the knees up to the chest. And then rolling to our right side, using the right arm as a pillow, just a couple of breaths here. We want to take all of this moving meditation with us into our day. And without too much fuss, making our way up to our comfortable seated meditation postures. Wonderful. And we'll draw our hands to prayer heart center. We'll just have a few gentle breaths into the space of the heart. And we seal our practice with one another this morning with 3 yawns. Deep inhale. And thumbs rise up to third eye center. And we bow to one another and simply say Namaste. Thank you for your practice this morning. Lovely to be.